Here we are. I think we're doing it. Hold on. Hello, I think we are live here on Friday Arts Project. We're so excited to be hosting food and art from our table to yours. Please join on as we get ready to start cooking with our lovely chef, Chris Fox. It's going to be a great night. We're so excited. You can use the chat box down probably to your right or left, depending on where you are on Facebook, to comment if you have any questions about what we're doing or what we're cooking. You can drop them there and hopefully we will answer them. As we wait for a couple more people to come on, we will just be chatting and hanging out. You are looking into the kitchen of Brandy and Chris Fox, some of our Friday Arts Project staff members.
Hello.
We got Chris in front of the camera. We got Brandy behind the camera. We have children probably in their rooms doing some quiet reading before bedtime. So this Facebook live cast can come to you. If you're here with us,
Netflix is the babysitter tonight.
Netflix is the best babysitter. Other parents, you can hook up your children to that. Need our passwords, we won't give them to you. It's about 5:30 on the dot. And we got 3 people watching. If you're here watching, hey, Mama. That's my mom, Bernadine Young. She is one of our patrons, which is super exciting. And we're just going to give her a little clap. So happy that she is one of our patrons. We have a lot of patrons and people who have supported us in this event, which is very exciting. So if you're here with us, make sure to put introduce yourself and say maybe where you're tuning in from so we can see how many people are watching making empanadas. I don't think I said a verb there, but you know, who needs verbs when you're triple casting on many platforms? My mom says hi, hey, which is all we need in life is multiple greetings from Birdie. Hello, Fred and Jan. We're so glad you're here. This is exciting. We've never done a digital fundraiser before or a digital event like this, so we're very excited that you are with us. We are kind of getting a little bit organized before we kick off the first night of food and art from our table to yours, which is super, super exciting. Super duper exciting. Also, behind the scenes, we got Kirk and Sarah Irwin all the way from the Perch. So we are streaming in from 3 different places tonight, all in the same city, because we respect all of you and want to keep you safe in this global pandemic. So I'm here in the Friday Arts Project studio. Brittany and Chris are coming in from Hemlock Ave, and Kirk and Sarah are on Facebook Live navigating that chat system for you all. And they're coming in from the Perch, which is super exciting. I keep singing things because I'm nervous. Anyway, I'll kick it off because we're 2 minutes in. So here we go. I'm Dennissa Young. I am one of the Friday Arts Project staff members, a part of this team. And Friday Arts Project is an arts collective that curates conversation and fosters craft to call forth a fully human community, which is really exciting. And this week, as you know, from all the promo, we are raising $5,000 to stay here in our studio in the Geddes Arts Center. And so thank you so much for joining us on Facebook Live for our first ever digital dinner party. Here with me is Chris Fox, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Thanks, Dennissa. Yes, my name is Chris. I am on staff with Friday Arts Project. I am a writer, sometimes an illustrator, movie buff. I work with the college students mostly. But tonight I'm working with empanadas. This is a recipe that I got when I came back from spending some time in Argentina. So it's not actually from Argentina, but I loved them so much that I had to find out how to make them when I got back. So first thing is, let's actually get the oven preheating, 375. We'll get that going. Meat is first. One of the things I love about empanadas is that They are pretty versatile. You can kind of put whatever you want in them. I usually go with ground beef, or this is ground chuck actually tonight. But you can do chicken. I had chicken empanadas while I was down there. Pork would be really good as well. And Brandy has been known to just do a vegetarian option and do like beans and corn. So half a pound of meat, although this is probably closer to about 3/4 of a pound tonight. But half a pound of meat goes in, we brown it. Oh, I'm gonna get my assistant here. I'm gonna wash the raw meat off real quick.
Chris, what kind of pan are you using to cook this meat?
I'm using stainless steel, I believe. You're asking the wrong person.
It's a stainless steel skillet, pretty standard. Any skillet will work though.
I'm not actually explaining how to brown meat. I think you know how to do it, but medium heat is how I do. I love the sounds and the smell that comes as the meat is being cooked. And the browning is pink and then it turns brown.
And folks, that's how you cook meat. If you can't already tell, tonight's digital dinner party will be sort of a conversation as if I was in Chris's kitchen and as if you all were here with us too. So make sure to put in your comments in the Facebook Live section if you have anything you want to say or questions you want to ask. We will bring them here into the conversation to ask our beautiful chef, our handsome chef, our exquisite chef, our excellent chef, Chris. He paid me $5 to call him His Excellence, so here we are.
I'll Venmo that later.
Sounds good. Tell us a little bit about how this recipe came into your life or house, Chris.
Yeah, so in 2007, I finished my junior year at Winthrop. Yes, summer after my junior year at Winthrop. I went down to Argentina for about 5 weeks with the campus ministry that I was a part of, and we met and hung out with students and ate a lot of Argentine food, which is incredible, all of it.
Except the pizza with ham.
Oh man, we went to a pizza place, and they had like weird toppings on these pizzas, and they would just bring out a pizza, and you'd just be like, oh yeah, I'll take a slice of that and whatever. And they had a ham pizza, but it wasn't like chunks of ham. It was a large slice of ham that was as big as the pizza, and then put it on top with the pizza.
That's hilarious. In the chat on Facebook, let us know, have you ever been to Argentina? Did you like it? Did you eat it? Have you ever had an empanada? This is an interactive situation we're doing here, even though you're in your home and we're in the studio and Chris is in his home. We definitely want to be engaging as if we were all together live. So let us know. Annie McCowan says that Argentine food is so good. We agree with you.
Yeah, empanadas are kind of all over the place down there. You can get them like in sit-down restaurants. You can get them on the street. I went to people's houses and they would serve them. Those are, of course, the best. That is about done. A little bit of pink in here. Here comes child number one.
Telly Moore also is shouting out your lovely empanadas on the chat, Chris. She said she ate them
last week and said she was having a craving for empanadas, so we had to make some and go over there. It was a burden going over to our friend's house, eating food that we all enjoy.
Nice. Yeah, Mom, I'm not sure the origin of empanadas as a dish, but the ones Chris are making have an Argentine flair, since that's where he realized he knew how to learn how to cook them.
Argentina and Uruguay, they're a lot down there in that area of South America. All right, this is the part where you can put in some seasoning if you like seasoning. Sometimes I'll put in some seasoning. I don't have any seasoning today, so we're just gonna move on to the other ingredients. Green chilies, diced green chilies, 4 ounces, which is conveniently the size of this can. So we're gonna cut these. Also, drain it if you need to get rid of some of this grease. It actually doesn't look too bad tonight, so I'm not gonna drain that. Oh, nope, let's not cook the aluminum.
Yeah, Chris Irwin asked in the chat, why were you down in Argentina, Chris? You had mentioned earlier a little bit.
Yeah, I went down with the campus ministry. I was a part of as a student, and yeah, the goal is to meet other college students, get to know them, talk to them about Jesus, that kind of thing. The other thing to put in here is tomato sauce, 8 ounces, conveniently this size can.
This seems like a very easy open and dump type of recipe.
Yes, this is why I like it. And then a tablespoon. The recipe calls for a tablespoon of garlic. This is a tablespoon. That's a tablespoon of garlic. We're gonna put some more in.
Also, you're getting some love from Sarah Kennedy Irwin with your art party pin.
We have them for sale, $8. Anybody who wants one, go.
Yeah, we have a lot of merch for sale. This is a small plug for us as Friday Arts Project. This is a great moment probably to debut. We have these beautiful cookbooks that 54 recipes are featured in, as well as 49 pieces of art from people in our community, which is super cool. So Brandy and Chris.
Including this recipe.
Yeah, this recipe is in there. Brandy and Chris Fox also have art, writing, and images in this book, as well as Wanda Stepp. I just flipped to this page, and Sarah Kennedy Irwin. Lots of great people are represented in this book. And you can get these on our website. If our Facebook master would like to drop the link into the chat, that would be helpful. But you can pay $15 a donation to get this. And people, we only have 15 books left. So if you want one, you better get one. Chris, what are you drinking out of?
This is a mate gourd. It has mate, it's kind of like a tea, an herbal tea in it. This is a drink, traditional drink, I guess you would call it in Argentina. It's I would say it's kind of like coffee here, but like more so because there's more rituals and traditions attached to it. Pretty much anytime you sit around with anybody, you're gonna pull out a mate gourd and share it. Last ingredient is the cheese, 1.5 cups of cheese. Eyeball it, and then stir it and mix it. Yeah, so the mate is it's pretty bitter, but there's kind of like a stigma around it, so like it's not manly to put sugar in it.
Okay.
But I am not a real man. There's sugar in that because it's far too bitter for me.
Chris is very comfortable in his masculinity, so. Let us know in the chat if you have tried mate, and particularly from a gourd with a bombucha, if you know what that means.
Yes, this is a special straw that has a filter in it. You just stick it straight into the leaves and the water. And if you're sitting around with people, you drink from the same straw, and if you wipe it off, it's considered rude, so don't do that.
So this is not a COVID-friendly activity.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day, and Brandy's like, what are they doing? I was like, they probably don't care. They're doing it anyway.
Just a sweet side note, when we were having this conversation, Brandy was nearly in tears thinking about the sweet Argentine people who couldn't connect because of COVID.
Thought that they couldn't have their mate, correct?
They couldn't have their mate. They couldn't sit in a circle. And she was, as the deep, empathetic woman that she is, was feeling the pain of that all the way from America. Okay, tell us about what you're doing, Chris.
Yes, I'm about to start stuffing them, but I messed up this fork. Didn't mess it up, I dirtied it, so I need a new one. The bread, the original recipe that I found called for biscuit dough, like canned biscuit dough. But one, I didn't want to like watch you guys, have you watch me try to open it and like jump when it pops. But two, I discovered that we actually have real empanada bread in our grocery stores. So I switched over to that as soon as I could and didn't look back. If you want, it's in the frozen bread section is where it is in Publix.
Or the frozen international section.
Yes, frozen international section. I think they're usually pretty close together. You just take a scoop, put it in there. It's actually a little bit greasier than I want it to be. That's all right.
Carson Highland is also pretty impressed that you are talking while cooking.
So this is the fun part because then you get to seal them. So you want to press them down on the edges. There's a couple ways to do it. The quick and easy way is to take a fork and just press down like that. Just go all the way across. These come frozen, like I said. And I got to tell you, one of the most disappointing things in the world is to plan to have empanadas one night and get really excited about it all day. And then to come home and realize you forgot to thaw out the bread. So don't do that.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
You heard it here first. That's food and art.
Also, pro tip, which I almost forgot, is to spray the pan. You don't want these things to stick. So let's do that.
What I love most about this event and getting to invite people into our kitchens is since we have never done this before, we're all in it together. Like Zac Efron from High School Musical has famously said, we're all in this together.
All right, so that's the quick and easy way. This is the more fun way and the way that the Argentines do it. So scoop this in, fold it. You start in one corner, you fold it in, and then you have to fold it back on itself. It takes a lot of practice, and I've often gotten frustrated and just done the fork thing, but it's a lot of fun. So you just fold it back on itself, kind of push with one finger, one direction, and the other fingers go in the other direction like that. Just keep going, kind of making little S's here. And then the last one, you just kind of fold in, and there you go.
Wow, can we get some applause in the chat for Chris's empanada folds? Look how beautiful those look.
This is why even if I make the filling, I don't actually do the last step.
That's true.
That's always his job.
How long did it take you to perfect the folds, Chris?
I got this recipe when I came back in 2007, so since 2007.
Wow, that's awesome. Becca, I think you're so right that every country has a version of the hand pie, whether it's samosa, yeah, or empanada or other versions. And
or Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets. Chris often says that the American empanada is, well, indeed, the Hot Pocket. If anyone else has any questions for Chris, you can pop them in the chat there. You got some claps from Chris Irwin. The Chris's are uniting tonight. I think we have at least 3 on board, Irwin, Fox, and Evans right now. So Chris, what else is usually served at your house with the empanadas?
Brandy usually takes care of the sides. So you can, dip them with salsa or sour cream or guacamole, that kind of thing. But in terms of traditional sides, I don't know. I think it's kind of, because you can put whatever you want in it, it's almost its own meal. And you can certainly justify eating, far too many of them in one sitting.
My mom would also like to know if you are a professional chef.
I am not a professional chef. In fact, I don't do most of the cooking in our kitchen. Not because I can't necessarily, but because Brandy enjoys it and is so good at it.
I don't share very well. Mostly the kitchen is mine.
Chris is also known to have a bowl of popcorn for dinner, just to out him a little bit.
That's true. But that's also oven popped, not microwave.
Claire would like to know what dessert you are having with these.
I don't know what dessert I'm having with these. What dessert are we having? With some ice cream in there.
We've got ice cream, so we keep a stockpile of frozen chocolate chip cookie balls.
That's true.
So that's really our go-to dessert as needed.
Stephen Kratz is singing a Hot Pocket song, which I thought was relevant to bring into the Zoom room. Also, what is the difference, do you know, between Argentine and Uruguay empanadas? Or is there like differences that you know about pertaining to South and Central American countries?
I don't know.
What you hear also from the Fox's camera is their loveliest youngest child, Jackson. He is 2 and probably wanting empanadas right now.
No, you don't need to sit on it.
What are you doing, Jackson? Are you gonna help Dad make empanadas? This is a family-friendly, family-oriented show, so we're very grateful to be inside.
Bring away back for his toys.
He probably wants to show them to the camera. Let's be real.
So I don't know how much I said was served in the recipe, but I'm about to make 10, and I'm pretty sure I have space for 10 more. So this makes a lot of empanadas.
You didn't say.
So I could probably use another packet of this bread, which is another 10.
So the packets come 10 pieces of empanada bread per package.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And you could probably use any sort of pie dough, any savory pie dough, if you wanted to go all the way from scratch.
It's true. I do have an Argentine cookbook that has a recipe how to make this bread. I've never done it because I can buy this for like $2 and move on with my life.
There is a beauty about the ease of stuff already being pre-made and getting to sort of just pop it in the oven.
And if you ever have the leftover filling, you can put it in quesadillas or just eat it straight. Call it chili, options.
What is everyone else having for dinner tonight? Let us know in the comments below. I feel like a cool YouTuber. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Hit that bell. Those notifications.
Speaking of which, as the last empanada, if you wouldn't mind going onto Facebook and giving us a like, we've been at 999 people who like us for about a week. And so if we could get over the edge and be over into the thousands, we'd be eternally grateful. And maybe Chris will give me a raise for saying.
Oh no. Okay, spoon fell in. That's right. This is the last one.
Okay, so we got a full tray of empanadas, and what happens next, Chris?
All right, stick them in the oven. Cook them for 15 minutes. I will say the original recipe, also called for an egg wash to go on top of this. I've done it with an egg wash. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't really make them look better or worse. So I would rather eat eggs for everything. 15 minutes. Let them cool for a couple minutes and then enjoy. Fortunately, I made some more earlier, so you can take a look at what they look like.
We got some TV magic over here.
So here we go. Here's what they look like when they're done. Can you see that? I can't see the camera clearly.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ones that are folded. This is the one that's got, I did a fork one earlier as well. So there you go. Dennissa, would you like one?
I would love one.
All right, here you go.
Thank you. Did you see that TV magic? Man, I'm proud of that moment. This empanada is so good, Chris.
Yeah, I'm glad. What are you eating input?
I'm here in the studio, so I got some tequila wine from your house earlier. And sweet empanada, so thank you. This is very good. Any last questions for Chris and Jackson and Brandy? Thank you for humoring me for my magic trick. I was very proud of that moment. While questions may be flooding in, we're so grateful that you joined us here on Facebook Live for our first night of food and art from our table to yours. You actually have time to still get tickets for this week. We will be hosting 5 ticketed events this week, starting tonight all the way to Friday. And those start at 8 p.m. Tonight will be a conversation between Kirk Irwin and Mako Fujimura. It's going to be an amazing conversation live in the Zoom room where we'll all get to feel a little bit more together. And so you can get tickets for that. Still, you can go on our website, FridayArtsProject.org. You can also, if you already bought your tickets, thank you so much. You're helping us achieve our goals as we continue to raise money to stay here in the Geddes Arts Center. And if you already got tickets, you should have gotten a Zoom password and link into your email. So you can click on over to that. At 8 p.m. we'll be there welcoming people for the first 5 minutes, and then getting ready to hear from Kirk and Mako, who are long-term friends. So you'll get to hear a little bit more about their relationship and all of the good things our person that we love who can who's one of the influencers of Friday Arts Project as a whole. And then tomorrow night, you can see Angelo Jeter, who was here with us, the Rock Hill Poet Laureate. He will be performing poetry tomorrow night at 8 p.m. You can grab a ticket for that. And then Wednesday, Sarah Kennedy Irwin, our creative director and the beautiful designer of our cookbook, will be talking about her fine art painting. We'll be having a little bit of a studio visit and an interview. Her and I will be chatting at the Perch, which will be really exciting. And then Thursday, a little conversation between the co-creator of Friday Arts Project, Stephen Kratz, with Kirk and Chris, and our special guest all the way from New York City, John Hendricks. He's a New York Times best-selling illustrator. Chris is telling me that I'm saying the wrong thing. I probably am. He's an amazing man that you should come listen to it. And then Friday night, Josette Adebaye of Hasat Günü will be here all the way from Izmir, Turkey, tuning in on her birthday, which will be really exciting. So if you want to become a patron, our tiers are still available for bronze, silver, gold, and glitter. So you can pay from anywhere from $100 to $1,000 to support us, or any ticket that you've bought can be bought from $5 up until $99. So we're so excited that you joined us. We're going to sign off and meet you at 8 o'clock in the Zoom room. So thank you so much for coming. Give it up for Chris, our sweet and beautiful and perfect chef. I got some controversy for calling him beautiful, but we love him and we're so grateful that you joined us. So thank you so much, and we'll see you at 8 o'clock.